Yo, what's going on, gamers? Your boy mav-rik here, back with another daily dose. Hope you guys are excited. As always, I am. Now, let me get this countdown, or this timer started. I want to try and keep this episode on the shorter side, because I got so much to do today. But y'all get me going with these questions sometimes when I start rambling, so who knows. But I do have a goal, under 20 minutes, hopefully we can do that. Again, you guys know whether I met that goal or not because you can see the video link. But let's dive right into these questions. But first, gotta thank everyone for the feedback. Didn't get as much feedback as I would have liked in the last video with the question of the day. Not too many people left. I saw a lot of comments. Some were good, but not a lot of question of the day answers. It kind of hurt my feelings, man. I appreciate when you guys answer those, man, or give me any kind of feedback, because some of you guys will tweet me about the show, or you'll text me about the show, email me about the show, and I know some of the people that are hitting me up, but I'm like, I also know you're YouTube and you ain't leave a comment, man. Give your boy the feedback, man. Let me know what you're liking, what you're not liking, all that stuff helps me. Alright, so Luis, first question. So I got a question, Mav, for your new series or two. When did you and wifey get married? We got married October 20th, 2010. Question number 2, how was life growing up for you? It was good, you know what I mean? So I was born and mostly raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I spent my parents have been married off and on for 40 years, right? I think it was just under 40 years. I don't know. We'll have to ask my mom. I'll do a video with her one day. And my pops was in the military, Air Force. So before I was born, they've been to a few different places: Germany, Chicago, Alabama. I think he was stationed out there. I don't know, a few different places he was stationed. And he ended up being stationed in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where I was born. Now I have an older brother that is 13 years older than me, and a younger brother that's 11 years younger than me. So we're very spread out, and I think God did that for a reason. All same, same mother, same father, all of us. But yeah. So my dad, who's currently, hashtag RIP. He passed away over the summer. Now, so growing up, he wasn't the best father, was a really, really bad husband, and he wasn't the best of father. And so, like I said, parents together around 40 years, been divorced twice, 2 different times. But because he was in the military, we were living in Albuquerque. He retired when I was in middle school, wanted to have a change of scenery, so we moved to Arizona. I did my high school 4 years in Arizona. Then after high school, I moved back with my mom, because at that time they were divorced again. And so I wanted to walk on at the university out here for basketball. So that's when I moved back. So I guess a few details in between there. Like I said, parents got divorced for the first time when I was 8 or 9. We were living in a house. Pop stayed in that house. My mom and I went and got an apartment. Struggled, had a lot of financial struggles. Growing up with my mom trying to handle things on her own. Always been a mama's boy though, just because I've been a lot closer with her. Just because of some of the things I said about my pops. When did they get married again? So I guess by the time I was 13, they had got back together because we all moved to Arizona together. And then they got divorced again. What was it, like my sophomore year? End of freshman year, something like that. Got divorced again, right? So it's okay, boom. And then got married again after I graduated high school. Probably a few years ago. And then they were married up until my dad's death this last summer. And so yeah, I would definitely say I've been blessed. God's definitely can see his grace all through my life. But there's a lot of tough situations. Of course, seeing my mom struggle with so many things, you know, before I was really of age to fight for her, even my older brother was old enough to fight for her. So earlier in the marriage, my dad used to beat on my mom a lot. He was cheating on her. There's a lot of infidelity the whole marriage up until the end. I'll say like the last 10, 15 years. So of course, with her struggling with that, right? And my mom was just messed up in the head, I think. Got with a really bad dude from a really young age. They got married, I think, when they were 19, 20. And he just kind of messed up her psyche, you could tell, with all the abuse, physical, mental abuse. And then when she had kids, you could tell she kind of felt trapped. Didn't really know. He's the only dude she's ever known, so she was just in a really bad position. So that's really affected how I treat females, because I've seen the damage a dude can do to a female, and just keep going back to a dude that probably don't deserve you, or definitely doesn't deserve you. You could just see the effects. And so yeah, growing up seeing that was really hard, and you know, my moms and I struggled a lot. But I think God spaced out her kids so that one of us were always in the house with her. Because if we were all around the same age, we would have all been moved out. She would have been struggling with a lot of things on her own. And so we've really been her support system. So we have a really unique, close, tight bond. If you can kind of even just tell in the pack opening video I did, like, that's my homie. And so, yeah, growing up was cool. You know, I did sports. I feel like I was always popular. But had a lot of financial struggles. So it was normal for me to come home from school one day, whether I would, you know, walk home, or, you know, for like example, in high school, I would walk home and I would try to get in through the garage and it wouldn't work. I couldn't get in through the garage because the lights were off, right? So we'd always leave a door open. I'd go in and, you know, lights were off, water was off. I never grew up in the hood. My mom always tried to bust her butt to try and get us in the suburb. But especially around the days where we lived just off of base, or even on base, I grew up around a lot of ghetto black folks, which might not be a surprise. Never grew up in the hood, never gangbanged, nothing like that. But definitely grew up in an environment though where wasn't allowed to be soft. And so yeah, man, so I know what it's like to be pretty broke. I know what it's like to be eating ramen for weeks at a time, eating hot dogs, like I said, lights, water. I know what it's like to have your gas off in the winter, be freezing. Yeah, that was such an open question, and I'm bad at rambling, so I don't know if I answered that well. I was trying to not ramble, but I don't know if I touched on enough. Did that? Let me know if I answered that question efficiently. If not, someone send some follow-up questions. Good job, Luis. Steve. Title of this email is Christianity Channel? ? This is a long one. Let me make sure you ain't saying nothing crazy in here. Alright, looks legit. Really appreciate you taking the time to read this. I've been subbed to you for a couple years now, started on Madden Mastermind, and thoroughly enjoyed your videos. You never fail to make me laugh or recreate the rage I feel when playing Madden. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. My question has to do with Christianity and your passion for it, because it's very clear that it's both a belief system and a passion for you. While I don't agree with a lot of what the Bible teaches, I respect the fact that you do. Additionally, I think you have the ability to touch so many more people than you currently are when it comes to the Bible and God's Word. I'm getting sick, y'all, if you can't tell, so sorry if I sound weird. Would you ever, or have you ever considered making a channel dedicated to this? I personally think it's a waste of a wonderful platform and your obvious likability to not do something like this. And your obvious likability to not do something like this. I look forward to more awesome content in the future. God bless you and your family. Steve from NYC. Appreciate that, Steve. Good question. Let me make sure I understand it right. So are you saying, so you're asking if I ever considered just making a channel that's completely about, you know, whether it's, you know, just speaking on biblical issues, reaching people, stuff like that? The question is yes and no. I have some stuff in the works, and I've definitely considered a channel around entertainment, whether it's music and film, because you guys don't even know that. And that I'll actually couple this with a question from my man Mike, who asked it on Skype, so he's gonna jump the line on y'all, but this is a good friend of mine, Average Rage Gamer. I did my Call of Duty stream with him the other day. He asked, you know, what are some hobbies you have outside of, and I might be phrasing his question wrong, but outside of, you know, going to church and YouTube. I don't think he called me going to church a hobby, but anyway, you know, so I'm a couple that with it, because a really big passion of mine that you guys might not even know is film. In college, because UNM didn't have a really good like film program, I was getting like a fine arts degree, but I was focusing on film. And I actually got into a 400 level course my freshman year. I only did 1 year just because I was basically teaching my first class. I'll go into detail on that in another video, but yeah, so I love film, really do. And one day I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna get into, I've already made a little short film. I don't think I'll ever share that with y'all. A lot of people love it. I don't like it because I'm very hard on myself and I'm very critical. And I actually had to make this short film in my 400 level course that I had, which is a course full of seniors. But I don't know if I got the highest grade on it, but I got an A++. He was like, bro, this is awesome, blew me away. And it really is like a little Christian type film. It's called, I'm not gonna tell y'all what it's called, but it's about the importance of decision making. And I drew a lot of inspiration, oddly enough, from one of my favorite little horror series is Saw, the Saw series, because I love how there's always that twist at the end where they play back all the things that happened and you're like, oh, I can't believe I missed that. So it was just based around decision making and the importance of it, and the main character's decisions just ended up coming back on him in a really bad way at the end. So I like the idea of it, but I gotta remake it. And then you guys will probably see that version. So don't even ask to see it. Y'all ain't gonna see it. But yeah, so I love film. So I do plan to have something, and it's tied in with the mav-rik stuff, that I can't give you guys too many details now because it's still much in the works. But I do want to reach people through the entertainment. I do want to have a platform out there that really gives people some good entertainment. Clean entertainment, not necessarily Christian entertainment, but there will be a lot of biblical messages, you know, intertwined in them, right? But it won't be like hashtag Christianity as the thumbnail and everything, because I don't know if that's necessarily my lane. I don't know that I'm not a pastor, and I think what I do best is connecting with people, relating with people, and then just sharing Jesus with them. And so I want to be able to reach people that aren't necessarily Christians. And I don't want to label anything that I do Christian too hard, because that'll scare away the people that aren't Christian. So yeah, in terms of just like me preaching on a daily basis and talking about God, no. But me having a channel that's not gaming, that at its core is about reaching people, entertaining them, educating them on certain things, but through entertainment, yes, and through music. That's something that I'm really passionate about, just getting that better entertainment out there. Yeah, and the reason, and yeah, so yeah, and I like how we do this now, how I have a series that really isn't about me preaching, but, you know, I'm able to share some thoughts with people that have helped a lot of people out. Got some really good testimonials out of it, because I'm sure there's a lot of people on here that wouldn't have heard the message that I'm talking now if this was, I if the channel was youtube.com/iChristian, right? iChristianity instead of I Maverick, people would have been like, nah, I keep that Jesus stuff over there. So because I was able to build a relationship with some of you guys, what I say carries a little bit more weight. So yeah, I don't think that I'll ever go that route, but who knows? Who knows? God might have me on the pulpit one day with a little handkerchief. Jesus! I don't know. We'll see. But I hope I answered your question, man. Because I would disagree that I don't think this is a waste of my platform. I think this is the best use of my platform because of the mix of people that I have, both Christian and non-Christian. But really good question there. Like where you're going with it. Ethan asked, "Hey Mav, stupid question here. This isn't a stupid question, but do you have a dog or a cat?" I don't have either. We had a dog. Some of y'all might remember. Let me know in the comment section if you remember Lucy, the dog Lucy. It was more so my wife's dog. I might be a dog person now, but I never really liked dogs. And I like had an issue with them, but I just wasn't like the dog lover. I still can't stand when dogs lick all over me, so the dog would try to lick on my mouth, and ooh, I wouldn't do it. And it got to the point where the dog knew it wouldn't even lick me. It would lick my daughters, it would lick my wife, but when it came to me, it was just like, all right, let me just rub on your leg, bruh, because I know you don't play the licking. But we had to get rid of her when we moved into the house that we're in now, because we're renting, and the landlord did not allow pets, which is kind of a plus because my wife was pregnant at the time, and I was doing a lot for the dog, and I couldn't stand the dog, kinda. But now we're about to move again, and I want a dog. I want a Rottweiler. I want 2 Rottweilers, killer Rottweilers that are trained, you know, good in the home. Because my wife had 2 growing up, so she loves them. So they can be very good with the kids, protective, like guard dogs, though. So if you come in talking crazy, Debo, go! We're going to name one of them Debo. That's going to be dope, right? He going to take a chunk out your booty. So yeah, I want 2 purebred Rottweilers. Actually, I was looking up some stuff, maybe even like a bull mastiff Rottweiler mix. There were even some, I just want something that's gonna be big and that will bite people and kill them if they come at me crazy. So like if someone's arguing with me, I'm like, oh, okay, Debo, take the chunk out, and then it's Rap City. But also something that'll be good with the kids and stuff like that. So if you have a dog, let me know what kind of, this isn't question of the day, this is bonus question. So hashtag bonus question when you answer this. If you have a dog, what dog do you have, or what is your favorite breed? What is your favorite breed of dog? Hashtag bonus question. Ooh, that's the first one on the daily dose. Let's try and get like one more in. Hey, I'm Mav. I love your Madden videos, but I have a question. What is the most frustrating and most rewarding part of buying Ultimate Team packs? Good question, but easy question, Jack. Everyone's sending these from iPads, man. Best part is pulling elites, you know, pulling good cards. Most frustrating part is not getting anything good. Preston. Uh-oh, it says religious question at the top. Is this a short one? Yo, Mav, we're reaching 20 minutes. Let's see. Yo, Mav, I just started watching your videos about a month ago, and you're already my favorite YouTuber. Thank you, Preston. I appreciate all you do. My question is about religion. I would really like to know your testimony. I've heard you talk about how you changed and how you used to cuss, and I would like to change the way you did. And I would like to, I'm guessing you're trying to say I would like to know the way you changed. I don't know. P.S. Even though I'm a Cowboys fan, I still love you. Preston, thank you. I hate you. Nah, I'm playing. I got love for you. Thank you, Preston. Thank you. I'm glad that I'm your favorite YouTuber. It means a lot. I feel like I've kind of shared my testimony throughout all the videos last week. So just to paraphrase it, it's nothing magical. I really just, I feel like I've always gone to church, but I've just been that dud there. Like I would go just because I felt that I had to. and I was really obsessed with religion, right? Like I had to go to church because I was supposed to. It made me a good person. I didn't understand why I was doing it. I would go to church and I would get a few good quotables to tweet out so people would think I was really Christian-y, right? But I wasn't really learning and digesting it at a high level. And then just sitting in that seat every week, finally it started to break through my thick skull because I'm extremely hard-headed, and just slowly but surely, I just started turning to Jesus for more of the answers in my life instead of going for answers in some of the areas in my life instead of all the other things I was going to, like these self-help books and stuff, which are very good. I don't knock that. I still invest in myself, and I still think there's a very there's a lot of answers you can get. I mean, there's answers about certain things. Obviously, this is extreme, but like marketing, obviously the Bible doesn't. Actually, it does, but not in detail. Bible doesn't go through how to on marketing, right? Or even just stuff about yourself. Like I've learned things, just to better myself that weren't in the Bible. There's good stuff that's not in the Bible, right? But all those self-help books and stuff, there was a few questions and a few areas that I was still struggling to get results in. And so once I started applying that stuff, I just started growing, and yeah. So that's a short version of my testimony. My pastor keeps talking about how I need to write it down, have like a nice little minute elevator speech to share with people fluidly without rambling, and I need to do that. And by the end of this year of us doing the daily dose, so episode 365, I need to present that to y'all written down and clear, so I don't ramble and take up 20 minutes to share my testimony. But yeah, grew up Christian. So you probably already know the answer. You asked this a while ago, so you probably already have an idea of this, Preston. So grew up Christian, really wasn't about that life fully. I would say I was half in, half out. And it wasn't until recently till the stuff really started to get through my thick head that I was like, all right, I'm 10 toes down. I'm all the way in this. So yeah, y'all, it was a little bit of a shorter episode, low 20s. So we didn't get into the high 20s or 30s. So a shorter episode. Question of the day: how do you like the shorter episodes? How do you feel about 15 to 20 minute episodes of Daily Dose? Yay or nay? Really simple. Mav, I'd rather them be this amount. Better question: how long do you think the Daily Dose episode should be? Question of the day. Let me know. Can't wait for the feedback. Please give your boy some feedback. Y'all be easy. Till next time. God first. God bless.